As a manager, I sometimes receive information that one of our drivers has done something unsafe or risky. It can come from our How's My Driving service or an alert from the telematics equipment we have in our vehicles. It's my job to address that concern in a way that benefits the company and the driver. I don't enjoy confrontation, so I studied and developed a technique to help counsel employees so that I keep the focus on changing risky behavior and not on the personalities involved. The goal of counseling employees is to change unsafe actions and behaviors. It is not to punish or threaten. The fact is that most people want to do a good job, and they don't respond well to threats or lectures. They need coaching and an understanding of what the company expects as far as safety is concerned.
Hello, this is Jacob.
Jacob, this is David. How's it going this morning?
Hey, David, I'm doing great. How about you?
Very well. Hey, would you stop by for a few minutes this morning? I've got something I'd like to run by you.
Absolutely. Be there in a minute.
Okay, thanks. Explain to the driver that you received information concerning a potentially unsafe action or behavior. Then, explain the source of the information. For example, a How's My Driving report or a telematics alert. Take a non-judgmental, non-accusatory approach. Remember, you're not pronouncing the driver guilty of anything. You just want feedback on what happened. Thanks for stopping by. I received this observation report from a motorist who called our How's My Driving service. I just wanted to get your perspective on what happened. Let the driver see a copy of the information. If it's a How's My Driving report, don't allow the driver to see the caller's name and contact information. Then, ask the driver to recall the incident and to give his or her comments concerning what happened.
Yes, I remember this incident.
Here's what the motorist said about the incident. I know you understand that your safety and the safety of others is our primary goal, and that we take all of these reports very seriously. What do you remember about it? Remember that the discussion can be uncomfortable
For the driver.
and for the supervisor. That's why it is essential to avoid using emotional or inflammatory language. Don't accuse, just talk. And even more important, listen.
If you do that, the driver will be more at ease and less defensive.
If this is the driver's first complaint or report, give him or her the benefit of the doubt. You want the driver to know that all reports are taken seriously and they will be discussed whenever they are received. An understanding of your expectations and procedures for handling reports will cause most drivers to be more careful in the future. Ask the driver to share all the reasons why his or her driving performance might have been judged as unsafe.
Oh, I didn't mean to get that close.
Focus on the driving performance and not on the driver. Many drivers will say they do not remember an unsafe action, behavior, or incident. Whatever their response, keep the focus on being safe going forward. What do you remember about your performance that day that the caller might have judged as being unsafe? Step 5 is to use some published counseling information, such as DriverCheck's collision countermeasures, and talk about how to avoid negative reports going forward. It's good to have some printed material the driver can refer to later. Let's see what these countermeasures say about how we can avoid getting into situations that can result in a collision. Let's take a look at that last sentence again. Let's see what these countermeasures say about how we can avoid getting into situations that can result in a collision. If you listen carefully, you heard that I used the word we instead of you when I said, let's see what these countermeasures say about how we can avoid getting into these situations that can result in a collision. This word selection is intentional. It's a way of saying it's not only you who needs to be careful about unsafe driving actions and behaviors. We all need to be careful. The message here is that everyone will be held to the same standard, even company supervisors and managers. After discussing the appropriate countermeasures, ask the driver what things he or she could do in the future to improve driving performance. Allowing drivers to suggest ideas for safety helps them get invested in the solution. You may also want to assign online training for the driver. Training modules, targeted to specific unsafe actions and behaviors that cause collisions, are available from DriverCheck. They are approximately 15 minutes in length, and each includes a 10-question test to see how much information the driver has learned. Make sure you let the driver know what the company expects him or her to do. Ask what you can do to help the driver. Remember, 90% of collisions are caused by driver actions, which are the expressions of their behaviors, attitudes, and personal choices. Jacob, now that we've looked over the countermeasures, what things could you do in the future to try to avoid a similar incident? We want everyone to be a safe driver, and beyond that, we want everyone to be a courteous driver. That way, everybody comes out ahead. The company, you, and the motorists we interact with every day. Ask the driver for feedback concerning the collision countermeasures he or she has just reviewed. Thank the driver for being open to suggestions and for being committed to safety. Ask for the driver's help in encouraging other employees to be better drivers. Now that you've had a chance to read the countermeasures again, what kind of feedback do you have? I really appreciate your attitude and your commitment to safety. I know you'll be a model of safety for everyone else in the company. For more information and tips on how to coach and counsel drivers, contact us at www.drivercheck.net. Thanks for watching, and make it a safe day.